Shalom, brothers and sisters. I am back with another video. Today I'm going to be in the Lost Book of Enki, Tablet 7. Nibiru causes disturbances in our solar system. Are the chariots of Nibiru serving the Earth, Moon, Mars, and all the planets in our solar system? Are the chariots docking at several space stations throughout our solar system? So we're going to get into some of these things. I'm just diving deeper into these Sumerian tablets to try to figure out what is going on. I've listened to Enki, and Enki is always saying what happened in the past is going to happen in the future. So with that being said, I know that Enki put secret messages in the Lost Book of Enki so that we would know the times and the signs of everything that is happening on the earth. Okay, so let's get right into it. Okay, I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to start reading from the Lost Book of Enki, Tablet 7. Upon the earth, the warmth was rising, vegetation flourished, wild creatures overran the land. The rains were heavier, rivers were gushing, abodes repairing needed. Upon the earth, the heat was increasing. The snow-white parts to water were melting. The bars of the seas, the oceans were not containing. From the depths of the earth, volcanoes were fire and brimstones belching. The grounds were trembling each time the earth was shaking. In the lower world, the snow-white hued place, the earth was grumbling. At the tip of the Abzu, Enki, a place for observing, established. To his son Nergal and his spouse Erish Kagal, command thereof he entrusted. A thing unknown, an untoward thing, thereunder is brewing. Nigal to his father Enki said, and Nibruki, the place of the bond heaven earth. Enlil, the heavenly circuits, was watching. By the means of the tablets of destinies, celestial motions he was comparing. There is turmoil in the heavens. Enlil to his brother Enki said, from the planet Lamu, the place of the way station, Marduk to Enki, his father, was complaining. Strong winds are disturbing, annoying, dust storms they are raising. So Marduk to his father Enki words was beaming. In the hammered bracelet, turmoils are occurring. Upon the earth, brimstones from the skies were falling. Pitiless demons have it causing. Violently the earth they approached. Into flaming fires in the skies they were bursting. Okay, so we're going to discuss some of what I just read, and I'm going to take it piece by piece. I'm not going to read the whole thing, so I'm going to take it piece by piece so that you guys can understand what Enki is telling you guys. Okay, so Earth was basically beginning to experience climate changes. Okay, the Earth begins to heat up, and the glaciers in Antarctica are melting, and the ice sheets were possibly breaking off. Okay, even today, you guys, scientists are trying to understand why the glaciers are melting extremely fast. So you can do your little research there and see what's going on in Antarctica. Also, what was happening, you guys, they were noticing that volcanoes were starting to erupt on the earth. They were also experiencing earthquakes. Now, in the Lost Book of Enki, the lower world is southern hemisphere, you guys. It includes southern Africa and Antarctica. It states that the earth was moaning. Okay, so we know that earth was going through some things, okay, during this time. Now, they established an observatory in Southeast Africa, which is the Abzu. So when you see Abzu in the Lost Book of Enki, it is talking about somewhere in Southeast Africa. Okay. You can do a little bit more further research if you actually want the exact location, but I'm just giving basic points on this so that you can see the overall picture, okay, of what's happening. Now, Enki had his son, Nergal, and his wife keep watch at the center, okay? So they pretty much was stationed at this observatory center, you guys, keeping watch on everything, okay? Because they knew something was happening, so they had to monitor things, okay? So Enlil was stationed at the Mission Control Center in Sumer, okay? He was watching the stars, you guys. So he was watching all of the orbits of the planets in our solar system. Okay. And what he was doing, he was comparing the records on his tablets to what was seen in the heavens. Okay. So he was checking data. Okay. Now he was checking how the celestial bodies move in space relative to each other. Okay. He told Enki that it was chaos or a great disturbance in the solar system. Okay, so what happened was Marduk was stationed at the space station on Mars, or the way station, and he was letting them know, you know, on Mars, they was pretty much experiencing strong winds and dust storms. Okay, so they reporting to everybody, like on Earth, on Mars, they was like, boom, boom, boom. This is what's going on here. This is what I'm discovering. This is what I'm discovering on Earth. We got to look out into the solar system. Something's going on with the planets. What is going on, you guys? So this is what was happening. Okay. Now, also they said that the asteroid belt, okay, basically was being monitored as well. Okay, so we got to understand, y'all, they were very advanced technology if they was able to monitor the asteroid belt and they could see what was happening far out in deep space. Okay, now apparently there were asteroid collisions, okay, which there of course that seems to be chaos in the asteroid belt. So this is what they was describing, okay? So due to the collisions in the asteroid belts, you guys, I saw this myself in a dream, how the asteroids were colliding. And when the asteroids was colliding in my dream, they broke off into smaller pieces. Okay, so this is how I'm able to understand what Enki was talking about, because they showed me in my dream. So this is why I'm telling you guys everything, because they gave me a vision. They showed me how everything works. They showed me how they have their technology on their chariots in deep space. They've showed me how they are actually surveying the solar system right now with their technology. Yeah, so this I'm just letting you guys know this is why I'm doing this. I was called from the Nibirians to do this for you guys, okay? Just like you have people who are like ambassadors of the Pleiadians, and you got all these other star beings and all these other councils, just know that I am being communicated by the Nibirian Council, okay? So just so that you guys are aware, this is why I'm diving deep into a lot of Sumerian tablets, is because they are basically communicating to me, because I have my third eye open, which is my spiritual antenna, so I can actually receive information from them, and I'm able to break all this information down. I can't explain it to you. You just have to, at this point, you just have to know. I can't explain it to you. I just understand this. Okay. I'm sorry that a lot of people don't get it. I understand how this works. I understand how my third eye, my spiritual antenna works. I get it. Okay. And my consciousness can travel through space and through time. So, yeah, I'm just trying to give you guys this info. So yeah, the asteroids basically were colliding, you guys, and it broke off, and those tiny rocks that broke off within the asteroid belt was basically um, coming towards these planets in our solar system. Okay, so they pretty much create meteoroids. Okay, and they enter pretty much Earth's atmosphere and they explode. So when they're talking about how it's like bursting in the Earth's atmosphere, we know that when they reach Earth's atmosphere, they break up, and we can see that now happening. You can see them entering our atmosphere and they break up or they burst in the atmosphere. Just to give you a little bit more information, meteorites is different from meteoroids. So when meteorites enter through Earth's atmosphere, they actually impact the Earth. They can actually hit. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so I'm going to continue reading. Now, it says, in a clear day, darkness they were causing, with storms and evil winds they raged around. Like stony missiles, the earth they were attacking. Kingu, Earth's moon, and Lamu, which is Mars, too, by these havocs were afflicted. The faces of all three where countless scars were covered. Enlil and Enki to Anu, the king, urgent words were beaming. Nibiru's servants, they alerted. The earth and the moon and Lamu, a calamity unknown, are facing. From Nibiru, the servants were responding. Their words, the leaders' hearts were not calming. In the heavens, the family of the sun were taking stations. The celestials, of whom Earth is the seventh in a row, were choosing places. In the heavens, Nibiru was approaching. The sun's abode it was nearing. By the seven in a row arranged was Nibiru distracted. The path through the hammer bracelet it was missing. From the bracelet, bits and pieces it has been displacing. Bereft of the celestial bar, Lahamu with Mumu near the sun were crouching. In the heavens, Lahamu, her glorious dwelling place, was abandoning. Toward Nibiru, the heavenly king, she was attracted. A queen of heaven she wished to be. Okay, so I'm gonna just put it plainly to you guys of what was happening in that little part right there. Basically, you guys, some of the meteorites were hitting the Earth, Mars, and the Moon. Craters were shown. Okay, Enki and Enlil contacted their father Anu on Nibiru to alert the servants, which were well-skilled scientists. Okay, because the Earth, Mars, and the moon were facing disasters. Okay, so the scientists were responding, and they was pretty much like, "Oh, now we done looked at this. We've observed all of the data, and things is not looking too good." So this is what the scientists on Nibiru were telling Enki and Enlil. Okay, so just think about, just put yourself in, their shoes, like, oh my God, like, yo, something is about to go down, you know what I'm saying? So they were pretty much saying, like, look, this is what we know. They were saying that Nibiru was approaching the sun, you guys. Remember now, Inky's telling y'all something. What this happened way back in the day, y'all. Way, way back in the day. Okay. So they were saying that Nibiru was approaching the sun, and as it was moving through our solar system, the planets were being affected in their orbits, you guys. All right. So the positions of the planets were shifting as Nibiru went on a path through the asteroid belt, you guys. Remember, like as Nibiru goes through the asteroid belts, it starts moving things around. Remember, I told you about those asteroids hitting each other. Boom, it starts to break off, and then you got asteroids being scattered everywhere. Venus and Mercury were moving out of this position. Now, this is what they was observing. They was like checking out Venus and Mercury, and it was like, yo, like, look, what's going on with these planets? Okay, they were like moving out of its position. So all of the planets were having an effect because Nibiru was passing through our solar system, okay? And Venus was actually being pulled towards Nibiru. That's what he's describing. He's saying like Venus basically was like pulling towards Nibiru, okay? Now let's move on. I'm going to keep reading here. To quell her, Nibiru from the celestial deep, a monstrous demon made appear. A monster once to Tiamat's host belonging, by the celestial battle fashioned. From the celestial deep made its way, by Nibiru was it from slumber awakened. From horizon to the midst of heaven, like a flaming dragon, it was stretched. 1 league was its head, 50 leagues in length it was. Awesome was its tail. By day the nights of earth it darkened, by night upon the face of the moon a spell of darkness it cast. To her brothers, the celestials, Lahumu, which is Venus, for help was calling. Who will the dragon obstruct? Who will stop and kill it? She was asking. Only valiant Kingu, Earth's moon, once Tiamat's protector, stepped forward to respond. To intercept the dragon in its path, Kingu was making haste. Fierce was the encounter. A tempest of clouds upon Kingu was raised. By its foundations was Kingu shaken. From the impact did the moon quake and shake. Then the heavenly havoc was calmed. Nibiru to his distant abode in the deep was returning. Lahumu, Venus, its dwelling place did not abandon. The stony missiles upon the earth and Lamu ceased their reigning. Okay, so let's go ahead and tell you guys what was going on. So a monster or demon came out of deep space and it was called a dragon. This is what Enki was describing it as. So pay attention to all this language that is being used, you guys, to describe heavenly objects. All right. Now, to me, this seems like a comet with a long tail. Okay. So this comet was heading towards Venus, you guys. Okay, it said 1 league was its head, 50 leagues in length. 1 league, you guys, is 3.452 miles. So that was the head of the dragon, and the tail was 50 leagues, which is approximately 172.62 miles. So this is a very large comet, you guys, that was passing through, and you could actually see the comet. Like if you're on, on the earth, you could see it. That's what he was describing, the comet's tail as it passed over. Okay, so this is what Enki is trying to tell us about the comets and things like that was seen in the heavens. Okay, now according to the text, Venus, you guys, needed help or was in danger. So that's how Enki was describing it, okay? Because the comet was on the pathway to impacting Venus. So it's like Venus was calling her family, which is all of the planets in the solar system, to have the comet destroyed. Okay, when it's talking about the sun, the family of the sun is talking about the planets in the solar system. Okay, so this whole system is a family. Okay, so it was saying like Venus was like, help, help, I need help because, oh my God, like this comet is coming towards me and it's about to impact me. So you got to think about this, you guys, what's going on. Okay, now it said, also, the comet needed to be destroyed. And that's what Venus was saying. Like, I need somebody to pretty much destroy this comet, basically. So only the moon responded. Okay. So it's telling you how the moon basically intercepted the dragon or the comet in its path. Okay, so apparently the path of the comet changed due to the orbits. Okay, so it hit the moon and the moon shook. So that's how we know that the moon took the direct hit. Okay, versus Venus. So Venus didn't get hit, you guys. It was the moon that took the hits. Okay, the moon is always getting hit by by a lot of things. Okay, you can see the craters on the moon. Okay, so after, you guys, after this happened, they were saying like the chaos in the heavens were calmed. Okay, why were they saying this? They were saying this because Nibiru was leaving out of our solar system and it returned to deep space. Okay, Venus was placed back in its original position, and the meteors and stuff stopped falling to the Earth and Mars. Okay, so it was like it was relieved, like, oh my God, we finally got through this. Nibiru came through. Now it is leaving our solar system. Okay, all right, and keep reading here. Enki and Enlil with Marduk and Ninurta gathered a surveying of the havoc they undertook. The foundations of the earth Enki surveyed, of what its platforms had befallen he examined. The depths of the oceans he measured. In earth's far corners, the mountains of gold and copper he scanned. Of the vital gold, there will be no shortage. This was Enki saying. In the Eden, Ninurta was the surveyor, where mountains trembled and valleys shook. In his skyship, he soared and journeyed. The landing platform was intact. In the valleys of the north, the earth, fiery liquids was pouring. So was Ninurta to his father Enlil telling. Sulfuric mist and bitumens he was discovering. On Lamu, which is the Mars, the atmosphere was damaged. The storms were with life and work interfering. So Marduk to Enki was saying, to earth return I wish, to his father he disclosed. Enlil to his olden plans betook himself. What cities and their tasks he planned he reconsidered. A chariot place in the Eden must be established to the others he was saying. The olden designs of the layout on the crystal tablet to them he showed. The conveying from the landing place to the way station on Amun is no longer certain. To soar toward Nibiru from Earth, we must be able. So was Enlil to them saying, for the count since the first splash down, the count of 80 shars it was. Okay, so let me just tell you what happened there. So pretty much, you guys, after the passing of Nibiru, Enki, Enlil, Marduk, and Ninurta went to go survey the destructions, okay? So Enki checked the foundations of the earth, he measured the deep oceans, and he went to scan the mountains for the gold and the copper, okay? He discovered there was enough gold and there was no shortage, because you know the whole mission to earth was to get the gold, so he had to make sure that there was enough gold, okay, because they used the gold to heal their atmosphere. Okay, so Ninurta took off in his chariot and surveyed the areas where there were earthquakes in the Eden, which is southern Mesopotamia, which is known as the biblical Eden, the Garden of Eden, later the area Sumer. So that's probably over there, like where Iraq and over there in that area. Okay, now the landing platform was good, and he saw in the valleys of the north magma flowing from the volcanoes. Okay, so this is what Ninurta was observing as he flew around in the area to see all the devastation. Okay, now the atmosphere was damaged on Mars. Okay, dust storms were there, so pretty much it was not a very good living condition for them to be staying there. So it interfered with their work and life on the planet Mars. So what happened was Marduk told his father, like, no, check this out. I need to come back to Earth because I can't stay here. Okay, so that's basically what was going on. Like, look, we've been affected here. I can't stay here anymore. Okay, so Now, so Enlil pretty much said that they needed to establish a place for the chariots in the Eden. Okay, so he showed them the layout or blueprints, or the designs of the chariot place that he was going to be building. Okay, so he looked at his little tablets or whatever he had, and he was showing them the layouts, so that that way they can go ahead and start constructing this new chariot or space center or way station. Okay, now they couldn't depend on the way station on Mars, you guys, so they was like, yo, we're gonna have to be able to fly, you know what I'm saying, flying our chariots, okay, from Earth to Nibiru. Okay, so it had to be a direct travel, like boom, from here to there. All right, so let's see here. Now also, it did mention how long they had been on the earth at the very end of it, you guys. It says something about 80 shars. Now y'all, I did the math on this, okay? So one shar equals 3,600 Earth years, okay? So to me, that's 288,000 Earth years, okay? That's a very long time to be established on the Earth, you guys, all right? So that's a long, y'all, that's a long time. 288,000 Earth years? If I'm looking at this correctly and did the math right, this is what it's saying. That's a long time, 80 shars. Now we have to understand that the Anunnaki had a very a long lifespan. So they live thousands upon thousands of years. Okay. So they, oh my God, that's crazy, because I don't want to get too deep into it, but they was kind of showing me the difference between time on Earth and on the Nibiru. So like if you was born on the Nibiru, you would experience time differently. Their planet actually rotates slower than Earth. Earth has a faster rotation than the planet Nibiru, and Nibiru is very large, you guys. Oh my God, this planet is huge. It's extremely large. Okay, and there's a lot of people that stay on Nibiru. I even had a dream where I flew out. I was somewhere in some type of advanced chariot or something. They put me on some type of, I don't know, y'all. I don't even know what this was. All I knew was that I was on the whatever type of vehicle this was. I got on it, and then I just went extremely fast. Just think about how like you're on a roller coaster or something. It just took off extremely fast, and then next thing you knew, I had already arrived on the bureau, and I was there like within couple of minutes, probably not even a minute. I was there so fast, and I was like, "Oh my God, what kind of system is this? What kind of ship or vehicle this was?" Okay, so I was there in a matter of no time, and when I first arrived there on the Nibiru, they had me go to. Yeah, I don't know. It was some type of luxury place. It was kind of like you would think like you stay in like a luxury hotel here on the earth. The place was very it was, yeah. So all I know is that is, yeah, they very advanced, and I'm sure their buildings, um technology, all that stuff is way more advanced on the Nibiru, and if you get to go there, um yeah, it will not be like Earth. It will be so much better. So yeah, they keep showing me piece by piece. They're not showing me every single thing. Um but yeah, I've had quite a few experiences where they're showing me a little piece at a time. Even they showed me a dream, you guys. I don't know if you guys are interested in any of this, but I just want to give you guys hope, okay? Because I know a lot of people out there have dreams and visions as well, and they try to figure out what their dreams mean. But the things that they've shown me, you guys, really have given me a lot of hope. And they've always been coming to me, showing me or giving me this promise, and they always show me the color of the rainbow. So I'm like, okay, it's like they're promising me something, and I'm like, and I'm like, you guys, when I had a dream, um it's just so crazy, because one night I was laying on the couch, and this was years ago, and I really wanted to have a dream because I was having back to back, but then I stopped having them for just a short period of time. And I was like, I was praying. I was like, please show me something. Please show me something. So you guys, in the dream, y'all, I was in the dream, I was in some type of field. It was an open field. It actually kind of looked like somewhere like it was like in the slavery days or something like that, because I was captured and it was me and some other guy, and we were basically tied up in the backyard of this place. It was in an open field, so we were like slaves. And as we were in the backyard, we saw the stars in the sky and we looked up. And as I looked up in the sky, you guys, I saw a chariot. The chariot was in the sky and the chariot started advancing towards me, and it started moving extremely fast. And before you know it, I was like, oh my God, the chariot's coming for me. The chariot's coming for me. And before I knew it, you guys, something happened to my physical body. I don't know what it was, but it was definitely a transformation, because soon as the chariot came to me, it's like it went through me in some type of, I don't know, it went through me, and then I was the chariot. Like I became the living being in the chariot, and then my consciousness was the it was like I was inside of a chariot. So I was in the chariot, you guys, and it seemed so real that I was like, oh my God, wake up, wake up. And I could not wake up out of the dream. And I kept blinking my eyes in the dream because I was like, am I really seeing this? Is this really happening? So I was moving and I noticed, that I was in some type of vehicle or something. I think I was in my Merkava, okay, at the time. That's how they was trying to let me know what the macabre is and all of that about the chariot of light and things like that. So as I was on this chariot, you guys, they took me to another world, and this world was amazing. I was flying over the oceans. The oceans were crystal clear, you guys. It was this world, to me, I was like, yo, this is paradise. I was like, this is heaven. I was like, this is New Jerusalem. That's what I was thinking and feeling in my heart. I was like, this is not on the earth. This is on another planet. So I was like, well, where is this planet? But I was like a little kid in the dream. You guys, I was so happy. And I was like, oh my God, look at all of this. And it was very colorful and it was beautiful. And I saw all these buildings. The oceans was clean. And I was just riding in the chariot over the lands. And it was so big. And I was like, oh my God, there's a lot of land here. The waters was clear and it was nothing like I had never seen before. Okay. So I was very excited and I woke up out of the dream and I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. I was like really thanking God for the dream because he gave me hope again, because I was like, oh my God, thank you for showing me this other place, this other world, and I went and looked out the window, and I think this was a different time. And I went and looked out the window, you guys, and I looked up in the sky and I saw a bright light in the sky. And in my mind, okay, in my mind, I was like, if you are a chariot, I need you to blink. Oh, the chariot was in the sky and it disappeared. So it was like it turned its light off and then it reappeared. I was like, oh my God. I was like, am I going crazy? I just had this thought. So I'm like, oh my God, am I connected to this chariot? Are they watching over me in this chariot? As I looked out the window, they were, they were right there, you guys. Like this whole time I was thinking like, okay, I'm having these dreams, but they was right outside of my house in the sky in a chariot of light, you guys. So I was like, that's when things became more real for me, because it was when the council actually contacted me, like in 2013. And then I started having these experiences after that experience. And I was like, oh my God, so are they actually outside in the sky watching over me? And every time, I have this thought to go outside and look up, I see a rainbow chariot outside. So to me, that's a sign, that's a symbol for me to know that they're there and they're watching over us. Okay, not just me. Okay, so it lets me know that they're there, and I'm not afraid. Okay, because they gave me another dream to not be afraid, and they gave me another dream, and I was like, okay, so I was, you guys, in the dream. I was walking in the dream. I was walking down the street, you know what I'm saying, minding my business. So it was like everybody else was walking down the street and everybody looked at me. And I was like, why y'all looking at me? And the person like was like, look up. I looked up, y'all. No lie. In the dream, I looked up and it was a chariot right above my head. And I was like, okay. And I was like, is this chariot following me? So I started to walk, and every time I would walk, the chariot would move. So I was like, what is going on? So I was walking across the street, and then I went behind some cars, and um I looked up and the chariot was still there. So I was like, oh my God, that was an indicator that it was telling me that they were following me. They was watching over me. And I was like, okay, cool. So I was like, okay, so then, y'all, this is the catch, y'all. This is what happened. I was like, oh man, this is crazy. Y'all, as soon as I went behind the car, I saw more ships in the sky. Somehow it was some type of attack. Something was happening, and it was like a war. And I saw all these ships coming out, and it was like they was trying to protect me from the war. Okay, so it was like a war of the chariots and I guess our governments or something. They was like shooting out stuff and stuff, but it was like the chariots were there to protect me or something. So I thought that was really interesting, and I was like, wow, y'all really showed me this. And I'm like, you guys know I just don't do very well with war. I'm not one of those people who like to fight and war with people. But they were showing me that they were protecting me, and my chariot was there. So it was like my guardian angel or something, you guys. And they showed me this plenty of times in my dreams, how the chariots were always following me and how they were always connected to me, um, how the beings always came to me, and that's how they was communicating with me, you guys. Like they are my favorite meeting place is at the beach. And I've had many dreams, you guys, where the chariots will come, and it was like in a dream I woke up, and the chariots came and was like, hey, are you ready? And I was like, yeah, let's go. And I jumped inside of the chariot, and then we left. So I was like, what is going on? Why they keep showing me this? And then another dream I had, you guys, the chariots came, and I was by my closet, and I had my luggage, and I had packed all of my clothes, my luggage, like I was about to leave or go somewhere. So I was like, where am I packing my stuff? So y'all was standing at my door. And I opened up the door, and this warrior angel came out and was like, you ready to go? And I was like, yes, let's roll. So the angel had came down and got me. And then when we left, somehow that being actually transformed into a giant. He was very tall, you guys. It was a big old giant. And I was, it transformed in the dream. And I was actually sitting on the giant's shoulder. So the giant was protecting me. I don't know what they got to do with anything, y'all, but giants, they were tall and they were black. And I was sitting on the shoulder of a giant and he was protecting me. So I don't know if that's a sign of the giants awakening in the earth or it's going to be some crazy stuff going on. I don't know. All I know, I saw the giants and I always saw them in my dream. And I saw four of them, and four of them went out to the four corners of the earth. So I don't know what that really means, but we do know that the chariots was going to be going out to the four corners of the earth, um, in the four directions. And in the dream, the four giants went out in four directions. So, they've been communicating with me, showing me dreams and visions. And I thought it was all like kind of crazy, but then I was like, no, they're speaking to me in a secret language. And that's when I realized, like, oh my God, they're communicating with me. So once I um started to realize that, I was like, oh my God, it's very important for me to write down all my dreams, um it don't matter. Like, even if I think it's crazy, I need to write it down. And y'all, I saw a puzzle. I've been putting everything together, and now I see the bigger picture. Okay, so this is why I'm giving you guys piece by piece, little by little. I'm giving you information, and you do whatever you want to do with the information. Okay, so you can believe it or don't. My mission is not to force anybody to believe what I'm saying. I am only here to provide information to you, and I will always tell you to do your own research. Okay, always seek the Most High for yourself, because I had to do the same thing, and that is why I've become so close to the Most High and the angels, because I love them with all of my heart. And I love, okay, I love really hard, and they can see that about me, which is why they came to me, because they knew that I was going to be the one to provide this information to people. And I'm not trying to deceive anybody. I'm pure, okay, in heart. Like, I don't have no means to harm, hurt anybody. I don't wish nothing bad on anybody. You know what I'm saying? Even my enemies, I'm like, yo, the Most High will take care of them. I don't have to worry about it. Okay, it's not my place to sit up here and seek revenge, or to, you know, bring harm on other people. They're only destroying themselves, you guys. So that's what's like, the enemy is just going to destroy themselves in the end. You know, this is about our souls ascending. Okay, so all of these people who are doing harm and evil to each other, they're the ones that's going to suffer greatly in the end. Their soul, basically, you guys, it's not going to ascend. Okay, so they're only harming themselves. They're not going to move forward, okay, in the heavens. Okay, they're not going to go into higher dimensions. They're always going to be in bondage. Okay, so I don't want you guys to remain in bondage. Okay, so that you don't have to keep repeating the same cycle. Okay, we're here to get you guys to ascend to a higher dimension, to a higher heaven. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. I just wanted to put my little 2 cents in. Sometimes I feel like they communicate with me all the time, and they like, okay, use this dream or say this dream. And it's like, okay, so this is the reason why you guys gave me the dreams and the visions, to actually share my dreams and visions with you, along with the information that they're giving me in these Sumerian tablets, because they really want humanity to understand the whole picture. They want us to know the truth. Okay, they really want us to know the truth. They know what's going on the earth right now. They are here. They've been here. They have been surveying the earth. People see ships all the time on the earth. They're in the skies, you guys. They've been here. Okay, because I am connected to them, I did send many different requests to them, and I told them, please uncloak yourselves. It's time for you to show yourselves, and they started doing it. So, like I said, once you have that connection with the Most High, once you have that connection with the angels, and they know that your heart is pure, they will listen to you. Okay, they will hear your cry, and they will respond to you. So all you have to do is follow the commandments, you guys. All you got to do is love and trust and believe they are there, and they do hear you. They are watching over you. Okay, now things have to take place, you guys. Things have to happen, so that they cannot intervene with every single thing, because humanity must learn. Okay, we must grow. We all have free will, so we all have to make choices in life. So they cannot force you to do something. Okay, so you have to do your part, brothers and sisters. Okay, a lot of people call for the help, for the chariots to come, but you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Okay, this is 50-50, you guys. Meet them halfway. Okay, do the work, you guys. Show them that you're trying to live a better life. Show them that you are evolving. They don't want us to be like they were in the past, that caused destruction. They've learned, they've evolved, you guys. They have ascended to a higher level, higher consciousness. Okay, they live for a very long time, you guys. So they learn their lessons in just one lifetime versus us. Okay, so we have to understand this. They live very long. Okay, one great year is 25,920 years, y'all. And I just sit up here and said they was basically on the earth for 288,000 years. So just think about how many cycles have they been here? And yet humanity keeps coming back in these cycles, on this reincarnation cycle over and over again, when they've outlived us, and they've learned so much. Okay, so we have to elevate our consciousness. Okay, it's to the point where it's like, y'all don't understand time and space. That some people who are here physically right now, who have incarnated here, could have had previous lives on Nibiru. It's possible. I'm just giving y'all a little information, because I believe in infinite possibilities. So everything that I speak is possible. And I want you to understand that everything that I speak, or my thoughts, is being birthed into the universe. Okay. So if it doesn't exist right now, it is forming right now in the universe, because I'm creating in the ether right now as I speak. Okay. So right now, you guys, the present moment, right now, you can change things. Okay. If you don't like the way things are going, you can change it right now. Do better, brothers and sisters. Okay. You are all co-creators of the universe. Okay. Don't let these evil people turn you into monsters. Don't be hateful like they are. You turn away from all evil. Okay. They do a lot of things just to trigger you. Don't, don't, don't fall for it. Okay. Now, I'm going to just leave it at that. I know I was about to say something. I forgot what I was about to say. Oh, what I was about to say was, people who are here incarnated on the planet, it is very well possible, you guys, and people might not believe this, okay? But it is a possibility that you could be on Nibiru right now. If y'all understand how time and space works, you can be living on this planet right now in a chamber. Right now. You can have a Nibirian body right now on Nibiru. I know a lot of people don't understand that, and it's probably way beyond them, but that's possible. Okay? You could be on another planet in another body, and you could be on this earth incarnated. Okay? If you understand, if you go and you really think about time and space and you measure the time, okay? If I was sleeping in the chamber on Nibiru, y'all, and I've been here 35 years, you got to compare the time on that planet and the time on the earth. It's like I haven't really been away that long, or it hasn't been like I've been asleep in the chamber that long. I'm just telling y'all, all I'm saying, I could be away. It could be like days in the chamber, and I could be here experiencing life. And then once I pass on, I can wake up on the bureau, y'all, and be like, oh man, ain't no time passed. It felt like I was just living in a dream. Okay. Y'all don't understand how technology works. Y'all better understand this stuff. I'm just letting y'all know how advanced these beings have become. Okay. All these movies that's been put out ain't been put out for no reason. They trying to introduce you to advanced technology. Okay. Now, if you scared of stuff like that, then I don't know what to tell you, because the universe is evolving. Okay. So I'm going to leave it like that. I wasn't even supposed to go into all of that, but I guess they wanted me to say some stuff like that. But like you said, I'm a creator, so I've had plenty dreams, you guys, where I've actually heard myself. I think I was either on another timeline, or I was in another world, and I saw myself working in a laboratory. I don't know, it was me and some other people who was working in a laboratory, and I was like a scientist. Okay. So when I was trying to figure out something. So, like I said, a lot of stuff is happening. A lot of people's waking up. People are tapping into their higher selves, tapping into other timelines, remembering a lot of things
from other moments in time, you guys. And plenty of time I was sent to the earth, and I was like, y'all need to wake up, because my mothership is out there. That's what I said in my dream, y'all. I'm always on a mothership or something, and it's like, yo, my mothership is out there. So if I said my mothership is out there, well, right now, presently, I'm thinking like, well, I ain't got no mothership. I don't even know how to build or construct a mothership. Well, the information is coming from another time. Okay? So apparently I have a mothership in another time, and I'm on a ship. Okay? So y'all need to wake up. And y'all need to realize what's going on, because reality is not what you think. Okay? I've seen this myself. They've given me the vision so that I can understand it. They didn't give me, the creator of all, you guys, did not give me these dreams for nothing. I didn't even know anything about all of this stuff. And I'm going to be real with y'all. I had no clue. I was in darkness, you guys. I was ignorant. In 2012 is when I woke up. Prior to that, y'all, I was asleep. I did not pay attention to anything. I was like walking around this mud sleep, okay? And it was like when my awakening came, which was my appointed time, it's like I was activated and I woke up. And I felt, and when I woke up, y'all, I was somewhere else. My consciousness traveled somewhere else, and I was talking to some other beings, and it seemed like I was on a ship. So like I said, y'all, reality is not what y'all think. I was activated. So if I was activated, it's kind of like you was programmed to wake up at a certain time. Everybody has an appointed time of their awakening, and people are sent in to do certain missions. So this thing is much higher than us right now, y'all. Technology, the advancement of these beings is way beyond anything that you can imagine. Okay? And like I said, if you guys don't think this stuff exists, well, guess what? I just created it because I just had a thought about it, and thought births reality. Okay? Now, thank you guys for listening. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'm sorry I went all off. I always do this. Y'all, I'm sorry. I don't know why I always do this. If y'all like this, let me know. Tell me what your thoughts are. I'll come back with some more videos because they keep taking me all over the place, as you can see. I'm like, 1 minute I'm in tablet 1, then I'm in tablet 7. I'm all over the place, and they keep taking me everywhere because they want me to see certain things for our time, the times that we are living in right now. Okay? Thank y'all, and bye-bye.